Urgent. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian hidden romance rumors. Fearful face exposed insider story. A royal smile. An innocent glance. But then, shock. Rumors surface. Not official. Not confirmed. A hidden romance exposed. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian, at the center of whispers. And the truth may change everything. The story begins quietly. For years, Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark have moved in the same circles: state dinners, diplomatic receptions, family gatherings between European royals. To the public eye, these moments seemed routine, even expected. But behind the polished photographs and careful appearances, rumors began to swirl. Were Leonor and Christian just friends, or was there something more, something carefully hidden, yet impossible to ignore? It only takes one moment for speculation to ignite. One glance exchanged across a banquet table. One smile too long, too genuine, captured by cameras that never sleep. Royal watchers know these signs, and soon, whispers turned into headlines. Could Spain's future queen and Denmark's future king be quietly writing their own fairy tale, hidden from the world's gaze? The rumors grew when Leonor began her military training. She was disciplined, focused, the perfect image of a crown princess preparing for her destiny. Yet even then, insiders whispered that she had found comfort in quiet conversations with Christian, who himself was stepping more visibly into royal duties. Their schedules, though separate, seemed to align more often than chance would allow. Was this coincidence, or careful planning? Behind palace walls, silence reigned. Neither Zarzuela Palace in Madrid nor Amalienburg in Copenhagen confirmed or denied. And in royal tradition, silence often speaks louder than words. But the people demanded answers. Every subtle move became a clue. Every appearance a puzzle piece. Consider the event that shook the whispers into a storm: a private royal dinner, where Leonor was seen arriving discreetly. Officially, it was a diplomatic exchange, nothing unusual. Yet the reports were clear: Leonor and Christian sat side by side, speaking softly, laughing quietly, with a warmth that exceeded formality. No photographs were released from inside, but those who attended left convinced, this was not diplomacy, this was affection. Then came Denmark's National Day celebration. Prince Christian, smiling as always, stepped onto the palace balcony. To his side stood his family. But observers noted something striking: an empty space, carefully kept, as though awaiting someone else. Speculation ignited. Was this a signal? A placeholder for Leonor, who might soon be welcomed not only as a guest, but as family? The Spanish press erupted. Some papers celebrated the possibility, calling it a union of two monarchies, a love story that would strengthen bonds between Spain and Denmark. Others criticized, warning that Leonor's destiny as Spain's future queen must not be overshadowed by romance. The tension grew louder when former insiders suggested that Queen Letizia herself had reservations. Protective of her daughter, cautious of court politics, Letizia has always balanced love with duty. Would she truly allow Leonor to follow her heart if it risked scandal? And what of King Felipe? His own marriage to Letizia had once shaken royal traditions. Would he, of all people, understand that love sometimes defies protocol? Sources close to the king suggest he is quietly supportive, seeing in Christian a young man prepared for the same pressures Leonor will one day endure. Yet Felipe also knows the stakes. Spain needs its queen focused, unshaken by controversy. The Danish side adds another layer of complexity. Queen Margrethe, seasoned and wise, is said to be fond of Leonor. She sees the strength in her, the discipline, the grace. For Prince Frederick and Princess Mary, who themselves defied expectations to marry for love, Leonor's presence is not unwelcome. But the Danish press, often more reserved, now finds itself in uncharted waters, reporting not just on their own air, but on a love story with international consequence. With every rumor comes another question. Did Leonor and Christian meet secretly in Majorca last summer? Were the matching bracelets spotted on their wrists truly a coincidence, or a subtle declaration of affection? Why has Leonor been spending more time in Denmark under the guise of language studies? Each question fuels the next, building a chain of curiosity that refuses to break. And yet, through all the speculation, there remains one undeniable truth: the chemistry is real. Even in official photographs, their smiles soften when they stand near one another. Their eyes hold a familiarity that cannot be staged. To royal fans, this is love in its purest form, young, radiant, and daring to exist despite the scrutiny of the world. But the path forward is not easy. If this romance is true, it demands choices. Will Leonor be allowed to openly pursue love with Christian, even as Spain prepares her for the throne? Will Christian, tied to Denmark's future, be given freedom to stand beside a queen who will rule in her own right? Never before in modern Europe have two heirs to different thrones risked binding their lives together. The fairy tale is breathtaking, but the reality is complex. Still, history has shown that love often finds its way. Felipe and Letizia, Frederick and Mary, William and Kate, each faced obstacles, critics, doubts, and yet, their union stood the test of time. Perhaps Leonor and Christian are writing the next great chapter in this royal saga. Perhaps, years from now, we will look back at these hidden romance rumors, not as scandal, but as the first sparks of a love story that reshaped royalty itself. For now, the whispers continue. Each new appearance fuels fresh speculation. Each silence from the palace only deepens curiosity. And fans, loyal, passionate, and unrelenting, watch every move, waiting for confirmation, waiting for the moment the hidden becomes undeniable. Tonight, the world wonders, are the rumors true? Has a hidden romance between Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark finally been exposed? Or is this the carefully woven tapestry of imagination, spun from glances and silence? One thing is certain, the story has captured the world. And whether fact or rumor, it has changed how we see Leonor and Christian forever. Because sometimes, what begins as whispers, becomes history. And the truth, when it finally comes, may stun us all.